Hey friends, my name is Joey and welcome back to my channel, Gender Not Found. So I took a little short break from A Guardian Angel and now we're back. I want to read another chapter of it, so we're going to read another chapter and I'm going to upload this on Sunday, I think. I'm going to upload a chapter of Don't Cry Baby either later today or tomorrow, and then we're going to upload a chapter of A Guardian Angel on Sunday. I already did this, so let's get into it. As soon as I'm done yawning. Okay, now let's get into it. Chapter 10, Visiting Grandma. They had talked every day since that first phone call, and every night Fiona watched the DVD. They had been apart for 4 months, and in those months, the blonde had allowed herself to grow close to her foster parents. Fiona wasn't scared of Steve, her foster father, anymore. He was right. She could and did trust him, even asking on occasion for him to drop her off at school when she was running late. Her foster mother was a very loving woman, very motherly, and while they were on their way back from the mall, Fiona and Ellen were talking. Ellen had gotten her tons of new clothes, and Fiona didn't know what to do with it all. She was more than grateful for it all, and before she could stop herself, she spoke 2 words she never thought she'd say. "Thanks, Mom." The moment she said those words, she gasped, covering her hands over her mouth. "I'm sorry, It's okay, Fiona, it's okay," Ellen said, smiling at the girl, whose face was red in embarrassment. "You can call me Mom if you want to, sweetie. It's not a crime." "You're not mad?" "Why would I be? I became a foster mother because I loved being a mother. It's more than okay." Hearing this made Fiona smile softly as they continued driving. "Oh dear, it looks like Mrs. Flint's grandson is visiting again." Fiona blinked and looked around, noticing a large flume of smoke rising up from the neighbor's house across the street. What's up with that?" Fiona asked, pointing to the obviously large black smoke cloud. "Mrs. Flint's into composting her leaves, so her grandson comes over every now and then and burns them for her. He's a good boy, but I think he enjoys doing that a bit too much," Ellen said, carrying bags of groceries into the house, while Fiona grabbed her many bags of clothes and followed after her. It took her a good half hour to put everything away, and once she did, the smell of cookies had wafted over to her, and the blonde quickly hurried down the stairs. "Ooh, cookies. I want some." "Oh, good, Fiona. I was just about to bring these to Mrs. Flint. Would you mind doing it? I just realized that I forgot to buy milk at the supermarket." "Sure, I just follow the smoke cloud." "You know it, sweetie. Besides, Mrs. Flint just can't get enough of you. She raved for days that you helped her weed her flowers," Ellen said with a smile as Fiona picked up the plate and headed out the door. The walk hadn't taken long, and in moments the blonde was knocking on the door and was greeted with a gray-haired woman. Fee, dear, how lovely to see you, and you brought cookies. You're the best, hun. Come in," she said, ushering the blonde into the house and taking the plate from her, leading her way to the kitchen. It was the first time Fiona had actually been in the house, and it was filled with pictures upon pictures of her kids and grandkids. One picture caught her eye. It was a boy with red hair no more than 6 pointing at the camera. It made her laugh, though she quickly hurried after Mrs. Flint into the kitchen, where the older woman was talking to someone. "Iggy, it won't kill you to say hi to my new neighbor. You're being rude." Suddenly Fiona heard a familiar voice. "Nana, I really don't want to. Every time you introduce me to one of your neighbors, you try and play matchmaker. The answer is no." Oh my gosh. Fiona took several steps into the kitchen and stared in utter shock. Standing in the entryway of the sliding glass door was the bassist and screamer of Marshall's band, red mohawk and all, Flame Prince. FP! He quickly looked over at the mention of his nickname, his face lighting up as he grinned. "Fiona, what are you doing here? This is where they sent me. I live right across the street," the blonde said excitedly, hugging him tightly. "I miss everyone so much. How's Marshall been? Dude's totally bummed out without you, girlie. Good news, though. We got the call back from those scouts and we're making a CD. Our next concert's a week from now on the 26th. It's only a town or two away from you. Think you can make it?" he asked with a grin. "Yes! Tell me where it is! Yes!" Fiona said excitedly, though she did find it ironic that the date was on her birthday. Mrs. Flint watched the interaction between the two with shock, not having expected this outcome. The doorbell rang, and she went to answer it, leaving the two alone, as FP gave her all the information and pulled a small flyer from his pocket, handing it to her. "Hey, I so have an idea," he said, grabbing a cookie from the plate. "What if, and follow me on this, he said, pointing the cookie at her. What if you just show up? Don't tell Marshall and I won't tell him, and we'll just have you show up at the concert. Hell, you can do another duet again if you want. Would you mind, by the way? We were gonna do Broken for our next one. But if you don't tell Marsh, how will you practice the duet? Easy, I'll just have the guys do it. That's pretty much how it'll happen anyway. We'll just start off like we're doing the wrong song. He'll have no choice but to sing along anyways. Oh, and Marsh wrote a new song too. You'll hear it at the concert. Honestly, I think he wrote it about you. Really? Yeah, I told you he was majorly bummed after you left. Like, seriously, I didn't hear from him in almost a week. And what happened with you in that fight with his mom? He was really down for quite a while. Hearing this, Fiona looked concerned. FP, what happened with his mom? Well, they don't get along, you know about that. Well, they got into a fight, and Marsh said that he wished he'd never been born, and she pretty much tells him that the feeling's mutual. Hearing this, Fiona gasped. I know, right? It messed him up for a good bit, but I know, right? It messed him up for a good bit, but he's coming out of it. Ever since he started talking to you, he's gotten a lot better. Oh, hey, Mrs. Wright, right on with the cookies. Hello, Ignitus, and I'll take that as a compliment, so thank you. Uh, Ellen said with a smile. Fiona, dinner's ready. You've been over here for hours now. You hungry? They just spent like 5 minutes talking about the concert. How has she been over for hours? Yeah, I'll be over in just a few more minutes, if that's okay. Of course, sweetie. The blonde walked from the room, talking with Mrs. Flint as she went. Dude, you're so lucky. Mrs. Wright makes the best cookies. Hearing this, Fiona laughed a bit. So, we're going to surprise Marshall next week? You betcha. Awesome. I gotta go home now, though. Okay, so let me see your phone. Fiona handed it to him, and after fiddling with everything, he handed it back to her. Wait, so we're gonna surprise Marshall next week? You betcha. Awesome, I've gotta go home now, though. Okay, so let me see your phone. Fiona handed it to him, and after fiddling with it, he handed it back to her. There, now you have my number. Let me know if everything pans out. If you can't come, then we'll deal. But if you can, you'll probably make Marshall's week. I'll do everything I can to be there. Good, he said, standing and walking Fiona from the kitchen into the front door. Waving goodbye, Fiona hurried across the street and entered the house. Welcome back, Fiona, she heard Steve call from his office. Hey! Walking to the kitchen, she found Ellen setting the table. Ellen said with a smile, Yeah, I met him before he moved. He plays the bass in Marshall's band. Hearing this, her foster mother looked up in surprise. You're kidding. No! Then she burst out laughing. His grandma calls him Iggy. It took a moment for a fit of giggles to end, and by the time they did, Steve had arrived from his office and they were sitting down at the table for dinner. I have a question, Fiona asked, looking from her foster mother to her foster father. Shoot, Steve said simply, taking a sip of his drink. Well, Marshall's band is having a concert only a few miles from here in the next town or so next week on my birthday, and I was wondering if I could go. Would you be going by yourself? Ellen asked. I wouldn't mind if either of you came with me. I just really want to see them play, and I'd love to see Marshall. I have no problem with it. I'll I have no problem with it. I'll take you if you want. If you want, I'd like to see the boy. I'd like to hear the boy live, to be honest, he said simply. Really? The teen said excitedly. I don't see a problem with it either, Ellen said with a smile as Fiona bounced happily in her chair. Thank you so, so much. You're welcome, Fiona. I'm happy that this makes you happy, Steve said with a smile, sharing a glance with Ellen. Fiona, do you like it here? Ellen asked, suddenly staring intently at the blonde teen. Yes, I love it here. Well, we were thinking that maybe if you didn't mind it, maybe you'd want to be a permanent part of our family. Oh my gosh. Huh? Fiona looked from her two foster parents. Ellen and I were talking quite a bit these last few nights, Fiona, and to be more than honest, we can't imagine our lives without you here with us. You've only been here a short time, but you already mean so much to us. Steve's right. We don't ever want to see you leave us, sweetie, and we wanted to know if you had any objections about us adopting you. Fiona was floored. Someone actually wanted her. People had been so kind to her. People who had been so kind to her, treated her with so much love, actually wanted to adopt her. She was finally going to be somebody's daughter, someone's sister. She was going to have a mother and a father and siblings. Siblings! I don't, she said, trying and feeling to hold back tears. I'm doing about the same thing. So you'll both be my parents? You'll really be my mom and dad? If you want us to, sweetie. I do, Fiona said, crying as she laughed. Oh, this is great. We'll call and have the agency finalize everything tomorrow, and I'll start the papers to get this process going, Ellen said, jumping from her chair and hugging Fiona happily as Steve smiled warmly at them. Oh my god. This is so emotional. Sorry, guys. Just, I'm really emotional. My god. Oh my gosh, Fiona's gonna get adopted. I can't believe that's amazing. I'm so happy. Okay, I gotta pull myself together so I can keep reading. Journal entry number 53. Things have gotten easier lately. I haven't heard from my mother, and I think that's best. I don't want to see her. I talk to Fiona every day, and it always makes my day to hear her voice. Band practice has been going well, and we've actually been signed onto a contract and are making a CD. Buy it, Simon. You know you want to. Things are going better than usual this week, though FP did miss practice today. Every time his grandma needs some composting done, he's right over there. I'm sure it's because he gets to set stuff on fire. Hell, more than music fires his thing. Night school's uneventful, and now that I know you know I'm sane, I really don't have to convince you I'm a vampire, just a dude with a disorder. Hey, what more do you want me to admit? I'm waiting for this hour to end. I can't wait till I get back home. I have new music ideas all the time, and I'm in the middle of a song for Fiona. It's already done, but I'm gonna tweak it. I think I like this version better. Anyways, later, I still have stuff to do. Marshall Lee, named after my father, and proud as hell of it, so go bite one. It was the new usual. Marshall handed the book to Simon, who smiled at him. They had a quick chat about how he was feeling this week, and if and when the older man would drop by, and about what Fiona was up to. Then he went down the stairs, avoiding the slow elevator as usual, frightened the secretary, and walked from the building, making it to the school just in time for classes to start. Night classes ran until 11, and it was really turning him into a night owl. Marshall didn't see the point of waking up at 9 a.m. just to wait until the guys got out of classes at 2, to do band practice at 3, and then go to his appointment at 5:30 p.m. He decided he might as well just sleep until 3 and stay up the rest of the night. Classes were the same as any other, and as the teacher explained things, he already knew Marshall was writing out new lyrics for Fiona's song. He was going to play it for her birthday for her, even if she wasn't there to hear it. That way, when he finally got to show her the video of the concert, she'd have a new song just for her. So the square root of 9 is 3, so take the squared section and divide it by the numerator. I do not understand math one bit. Like, I understand multiplication. I understand, like, simple math, like plus, minus, multiplication, subdivision, but, like, I don't understand more complicated. I don't understand anything more complicated than that. It doesn't make sense. And why are there letters in math? I don't get it. Marshall glanced up at the teacher, who boldly wrote what he was saying on the dry erase board. He ignored the man, going back to his lyrics. It was just about perfect. This song was so Fiona that she wouldn't know what to do with it. Oh my gosh. Alright, and then there's more author's notes. I don't know if I should read this, so I'm just, like, not gonna read it. I don't know. Just a bunch of stuff about when he's gonna update again, blah, blah, blah. But, when they're gonna update again, because I don't know if this is a boy or girl, but there's some author's notes and some other stuff. Anyway, wait, I can probably read another chapter as long as it's not too long. Actually, this is a long one, so maybe I should just wait to... Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there. We've read one chapter, which is good for now. I mean, I just did a huge mega upload of 5 chapters the other day, so, I mean, I did it yesterday when I'm recording this, but by the time I upload this, it's gonna be Sunday. So I did like a huge mega upload of 5 chapters the other day. So I don't need to like do a huge upload again. Like I promised you guys 1 chapter a day. I promised you guys 1 upload a day, and so I didn't even have to post all 5 chapters. I could have posted like each chapter individually in 5 different uploads. I didn't even have to do it that way, but I did it because, you know, anyway, it didn't even take like a whole lot of work. Like it's not it's not the work, it's the waiting, it's the time it takes. It takes a lot of time, but it doesn't take a lot of work. Like especially these fiction readings, it doesn't take a lot to edit them. I basically just have to paste a picture. I basically just have to edit out the part where I'm actually reading the chapter, and then I post the picture over that part, and then I just stretch it out until I've overwritten it over the whole part where I'm reading, and then I just have and my intro and my outro, they don't really have a picture covering them. And then, but it does take a lot of time because I have to then wait for the video to render, and I have to I have to click produce on the video editor that I'm using, and I have to wait for it to render, and that takes like a while. Like with the E. Anthony one that I just uploaded, it didn't take long at all. It only took like 10 minutes, I think. And that's because it was really short, but the longer ones, like the 45-minute upload with 3 chapters that I just uploaded, it took like a couple of hours. It took like an hour. It took like over an hour to render, and then it took like an hour and a half to actually upload it to YouTube because, so the longer videos take longer and the shorter videos take shorter times to upload. So, like, it just depends. Like, with this chapter, it's probably not going to take very long for it to render. But if I do another chapter of Don't Cry Baby, because the last one took me like half an hour to read, so if I do another chapter of that, it's probably going to take a longer time to render and then also to upload to YouTube. So I have to render it and then I have to upload it to YouTube, and that usually can take like it can take a couple of hours, especially for something that I did like the mega uploads of 2 or 3 chapters at the same time that I did. Like those can take a while. Um, and I think it took like 2 hours for the first one for it to render and also then to upload to YouTube. And then another 2.5 hours, I think, for the other one with the 3 chapters. And it took like 2.5 hours, I think, for that to upload to YouTube and to render, for both to render and to upload to YouTube. Anyway, the point is, the longer videos take longer, so depending on the length of the video, it could take a very long time to upload. Especially with the later videos that I'm planning on doing that are just like a bunch of chapters in one. Because the mega upload that I did was like a special treat, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it again. And if I have a whole bunch of them, then I don't see the point in uploading them separately. And if I have a whole bunch of them recorded in one day, then I might just upload them that same day. Unless it's the weekend, because I'm recording, because I can record every single weekday when my mom's at work, but um, I can't record when she's home, like on the weekends, but I can record every single weekday when she's at work. So if I record like 4 or 5 chapters during, like, let's say Monday, then then I see no problem with just uploading them all on the same day and then just not like worrying about it and then record something else on Tuesday and upload it on Tuesday. And especially if I'm doing it early enough to be able to record a bunch of them. And this is just like 1 chapter at a time because it's for the weekend and I'm trying to make it work so that it's spread out throughout the weekend. That's why this one is on Sunday and I'm doing another chapter of Don't Cry Baby tomorrow. And I was gonna wait for a while I was gonna wait until um I was gonna wait until like next week, but I decided to just do another chapter this week. I was gonna do like 1 chapter a week, but I read like 5 whole chapters of A Guardian Angel, so I figure I may as well do another one this week because am past, I already am past what I was planning. I, I made a goal for myself and I've surpassed that goal, so I may as well just, like, do something fun and this is all fun is my point. I read a lot and this is actually really nice for me. It's a really nice break for me and it's helps to de-stress. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now because I've been talking for a long time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and I hope you guys enjoy everything else that I have to come. I love each and every one of you. Please don't forget to always be yourselves. Always remember you are valid and I'm gonna upload again tomorrow, so I'll see you guys then. Bye.